influence of another patron that he was able to secure more imperial favor here, though at some stage he fell foul of court intrigue and was recalled to Rome. Pertinax was soon back in action on the Danube again, given his value as a military leader before a major promotion as suffect consul in Rome. This was an appointment to the most senior magisterial position in the imperial capital. The term suffect meaning that he was appointed to complete the consular year of an officeholder who had stepped down. Having filled this role, he was then eligible to become a provincial governor, serving as such in the key frontier provinces of Moesia Inferior and Superior on the Danube, in Dacia again, in Syria where he fought the Parthian Empire once more, in Britain, and finally, in Africa Proconsularis as proconsul. In Britain, he overstepped the line as a hard disciplinarian, trying to tackle the mutinous state of the 3 British legions, who may have tried to elevate him to emperor. These legions were always difficult to manage given their distance from Rome and their permanent service in the never-conquered far north of the province. His refusal to usurp provoked a revolt, with the troops of one legion ambushing him and his singularis consularis bodyguard cavalry. The guards were killed, and Pertinax left for dead. When recovered, he punished the perpetrators very harshly, perhaps with a decimation. His actions seem to have alienated him from the military establishment in Britain, as he apparently asked to be recalled to Rome, because the legions had grown hostile to him. Now an expert in traversing the ups and downs of senatorial life, he was soon back in imperial favor, and by 192 was a full consul for the second time. On this occasion, partnered with the Emperor Commodus. Pertinax had already proved himself adept at managing this unstable emperor, with Herodians saying he was the only survivor of the revered advisors appointed for Commodus by his father. Contemporaries believed that this was either because of his noble nature or because his very humble beginnings meant that he was far less wealthy than any of his senatorial contemporaries, and so was rarely seen as a threat to his rivals. Pertinax's position as consul put him in the best, or as it turned out worst, of situations. While he was serving in this post, Commodus was assassinated on New Year's Eve, 192-193. The Praetorian prefect and court chamberlain then alighted on Pertinax, perhaps with his foreknowledge, to become emperor. They hoped he would set right the many wrongs of Commodus, and this he did. However, in so doing, he angered the disgruntled Praetorian Guard, who had enjoyed huge freedom to misbehave under the mad and bad Commodus. They soon confronted him, though he survived 2 usurpation attempts before they finally assassinated him, 86 days after he had become emperor. This event triggered the chaos of the Year of 5 Emperors that saw his former mentoree Septimius Severus the ultimate victor and founder of the Severan dynasty. I have used the widest possible range of data in the research for this book. This includes my own academic research over the last 15 years through my MA in War Studies from King's College London, MA in Archaeology from University College London, and PhD in Archaeology from the University of Kent. Additionally, my recently published works on Roman themes have proved a fertile source of new information regarding the empire in the mid and later 2nd century AD. These include Sea Eagles of Empire, the Classis Britannica and the Battles for Britain, Empire State, how the Roman military built an empire, Septimius Severus in Scotland, the northern campaigns of the First Hammer of the Scots, and Roman legionaries. Meanwhile, specific sources of further information on Pertinax and his times have included the archaeological record, the historical record, using wherever possible key primary sources, and contemporary itineraries and epigraphy, particularly the Brûle inscription detailed in Chapter 4, analogy, and where appropriate, anecdote. Much new archaeological information has emerged in recent years concerning the many provinces of the empire and the theatres of war in which Pertinax served. This data is heavily used here. Next, with regard to primary written sources, we have specific accounts of the life of Pertinax from 2 identified historians.